Alright, I think we're getting near the end of the Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon data mine coverage because there's only so much I can cover until I get my hands on the game, start making guides, start going a bit more in depth. With this, it's just kind of looking at text files and figuring out what's going on. But here, we have a complete list of Pokemon added to the Alolan Regional Pokedex in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and thank you very much, Rotom479, for compiling all of this and posting it on Reddit. So we're gonna have some fun going through this one. Pretty much my biggest problem so far is that on Project Pokemon, all the data mines and all the text dumps, they just have like raw data and they're not really neat most of the time. Like we have this right here. These are the Pokemon encounter tables, so we can make out some of them, but we don't really have Pokedex order, we don't really have specific locations or anything. So if you find a text post that has like all of the Pokemon per route, that's actually a bit more cleaner than this, please send it my way on Twitter or just comment it down below or maybe message me on YouTube. I really want to cover that stuff, but as it stands right now, there's still a lot to kind of like break down and figure out. Now, Cerebi is also kind of ahead of the curve. Now, when it comes to Cerebi, they have some of the Pokedex that has already been officially revealed, documented, and then shown in Pokedex order. Now, Joe America stated many times, especially for like Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon Ultra Moon, to not get in any legal trouble for the website. He's not posting any leaks or any spoilers or anything from the data mine. So I would just kind of read off the list and kind of figure out where all the Pokemon kind of fall in the Pokedex order and then kind of see where they are in that, because this is just Melee Pokedex, and it gives a good idea as to when the Pokemon are going to be encountered, but we don't have the full list here, so I can't really show off all of that. However, we do have the list of all the Pokemon that have been added to the regional Pokedex, so that's still pretty awesome. Ekans and Arbok. People were happy when they saw that, because I think there was... I don't know if it was from one of like the posters or merchandise teasers or something. It might have been from a trailer. But yeah, like Ekans Arbok, they're in the Dex, Seal Dugong, Lickitung, Lickilicky, Mr. Mime, and Mime Jr. And then Smoochum and Jinx. So that's a nice little batch right there. It seems like some of the lesser appreciated, some of the lesser obtained, more obscure Pokemon have been added in. But then we get into some hype Pokemon. Ammonite, Amistar, Kabuto, Kabutop. So it looks like we're taking a separate fossil route when it comes to this, that we already had a couple of fossil Pokemon available in Pokemon Sun and Moon, but looks like more of them are just going to be in the ALOLA region. Noctowl, that's pretty good. I think Noctowl actually got a buff in the 7th generation, so it's going to be available. You can reap those rewards. Ampharos. So the thing is, we're getting some Mega Pokemon as well. It's going to feel good right there. So Mega, or not Mega Ampharos, available immediately. We encounter Mareep early on, it seems like. Actually, let's see what we have here. Mareep, so 162. Actually, maybe that's going to be like second island level stuff, but we do get access to the Mareep at some point, and that's going to be pretty nice. So Akala Island into the Ampharos. People are happy about that one. And if you have the Mega Stone and you trade it over into Pokemon Ultra Moon, get the Mega Ampharos. That's pretty fun. People are also happy about the Apom and Ambipom. These are regional decks. And also, Tail Slap is an egg move for the Apom. So Ambipom getting a little bit of skill link usage. Pineco Fortress. I mean, a lot of these Pokemon feel like they should have just been in there from the beginning. Like, alright, Jinx would have been like a fun little fit. Kind of like how we have Delibird coming into the Alola region. Jinx can make sense as well. We also have the Seal Dugong. Pretty much like every water Pokemon belongs in the Alola region. Pineco Fortress, also tropical. I can see it fitting in that forest right there. Dunsparce is in, and it seems to be pretty early on in the Pokedex as well. So that's kind of like, this video is going to be a little messy as I'm like going back and forth and trying to figure out where some of the Pokemon lie. I think one thing I did was I looked up Dunsparce really early. Route 2 has Dunsparce, just like that, 15% encounter. So that's what I'm excited for right there. Heracross, people are hyped about that. Octillery. We also have the Mantine. So Mantine Surf makes sense. Also Mantine getting substantial buffs in the 7th generation. Houndour, Houndoom. So we're seeing a lot of Mega Stone Pokemon. That the Pokemon Bank exclusive Mega Pokemon that we need to get through codes, those are now actually just naturally in the Alola region, which is nice to see. Tyranitar, that's pretty hype. Guessing Tyranitar, it's going to be in the desert, something like that. Mawile, Manectric, Crawdaunt, Claydol, Cradily, Armaldo, Kecleon. So a good batch of 3rd generation Pokemon being added in as well. And naturally, like, the Pokedex is being expanded, and some of the other like Alola Pokemon I believe have been removed from the regional Pokedex, but they were already available. So that's just kind of giving some other Pokemon a time to shine. Shuppet, Bayonet, Tropius. Then we have the Clamperl evolutionary line, which is nice, and then Lopunny, another exclusive Mega. Lopunny, good fan service Pokemon, so people will be able to bring that on their adventure. I think that's going to be like the first time in a while since we've been able to get Lopunny as a part of the Dex, right? Holy crap, Lopunny fans rejoice, because look at this, Pokemon Bank, it was available in Safari Zone Omega Green Alpha Sapphire, but it was a hidden Pokemon, so I believe that means you could only get it after Kyogre Groudon, so you couldn't do it throughout the story. I mean, that's just trade, Castelia City, Dreamworld trade, and then like Swarm, Eterna Forest, so you guys actually get to have Lopunny for or Buneary, and then it gets to grow with you. Like, that was one of the cool things about Buneary. That's a friendship evolving Pokemon. So eventually that friendship maxes out, you get the Lopunny, and then you can tear through the story with it, give it the Mega Stone. So I mean, there are some pretty nice things to bring up with this. Basculin, Scraggy Scrafty, Zorua, Zoroark. So I mean, Zoroark, another pretty awesome, pretty hype Pokemon a lot of people like using. Chinchino, Jellicent. So Jellicent being just straight up available is nice. Beheeyem being added in after being kind of an obscure, hard to obtain Pokemon for a while. Minxiao, Druddigon. Also another thing that people have been talking about, I guess I might as well bring it up. There's a lack of Pokemon from the 4th generation being added in. And people are suspecting that that could be because we're dealing with Diamond Pearl remakes in the next game or two. And it does kind of make sense that instead of just making like, oh hey, we just added in half of the 4th generation Pokedex into a recent Pokemon game, you get to re-experience them, you get to encounter them in their own habitat. So we're going to see if that was an intentional decision by Game Freak. That we saw with Pokemon Sun and Moon, the original Alola Dex, which I have somewhere around here, there were not a lot of 6th generation Pokemon introduced because 6th generation was very recent. So I wonder if like 4th generation is anticipation of a potential remake game that is coming up. Algium, Beheeyem, Minxiao, Druddigon, Golurk. So Golurk, we saw them in the trailer. Bisharp kind of makes sense. So we're also getting a nice batch of like 5th generation Pokemon, a good amount of 2nd generation Pokemon. Unfortunately, no Alolan. Like, it would have been the best. It would have made the most sense for the Alolan. Pyroar, Florges, Furfrou, Malamar, Dragalge, Clawitzer, Tyrantrum, Aurorus, Hawlucha, Dedenne. People were asking me if they saw Dedenne coming in. So yeah, Dedenne is available. Noibat, Noivern. How actually using a Noivern in one of the trailers. Hawlucha, Tyrantrum, Aurorus. So again, more fossil Pokemon being in. Dragalge. Alright, I was about to say I don't want to make this a spoiler video, but we're talking about leaks and data mines. So because of Naganadel, we already have like the sweeper Dragalge being introduced. But I mean, again, Dragalge, almost any water Pokemon, you can make a case that it belongs in the Alola region. We have a Kelp Pokemon. We have a seaweed looking Pokemon. Why is it not in the Alola region? So that's nice. So we have Naganadel, Stakataka, Blacephalon, and then Zeraora. Then we go into the new generation count. So Gen 1, 11, 21, 18, and then only 6 for Gen 4. And I think that the rest are Island Scan, because this goes in Pokedex order. And yeah, like it's just Buneary Lopunny. So we go from Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5. Just boom, just like that. Island Scan stuff. So we have Kanto starter Pokemon. Again, Mega Stones. So it seems like all the Mega Stones are finding their way home. Rhyperior is an Island Scan. I wish that Rhyperior was available in the Alola Dex for Pokemon Sun and Moon, because I think it might have gotten some VGC play in like some pretty sick double teams or something, Trick Room teams. Kingdra, Mamoswine, Sceptile, so then we get into the other Mega Stone Hoenn starter Pokemon, and Hoenn starter kind of following up Omega Green Alpha Sapphire, pretty nice. Ralts, Curlier, Gardevoir, Gallade, Island Scan, Aggron, Walrein, Torterra. So yeah, okay, so I mean, the counts are kind of interesting, because then we go into the 4th generation starters. Rotom. Ooh, Rotom being available. Nice. Swaddle, Swadloon. Actually, so I mean, that's a lot of Island Scan Pokemon. And then 6th generation starters. So bringing together all the starters, that's pretty nice. We have Chandelure, Aegislash. So a couple of other Pokemon that are just, that you know, Island Scan makes sense. So Game Freak feeling like they're really utilizing the Island Scan. That with... So it really feels like Game Freak is utilizing the Island Scan. That gives you a lot of freedom for Pokemon that are just kind of wayward and heading through the Alola region, and then you can go and pick them up that way. So that's kind of the big breakdown. I wanted to kind of go through and like find the rarities and look for like 1% Pokemon or look for like rare Pokemon and stuff, but I think it's just going to be a little too clunky right now. So as people play through the game, we're going to be able to get more on that, and then we can get like specific locations and rare Pokemon stuff. So I'm excited for that. I think we can get a little bit of preparation. It seems like Gorbis, Marini, Artillery, slot encounters. I mean, it seems like things are going to get pretty crazy with some of the Pokemon that we can find. The Pokedex being expanded pretty well, and then we go into legendaries, and it's all going to be good to go from there. Now, unfortunately, VGC 2018 is National Pokedex, so it's not like these Pokemon are going to be able to individually have a chance to shine like they did with 2017, but overall, still a good cast of Pokemon. Still nice to see that, yeah, some of them make sense. Baniri, that's going to be fun for people. A lot of the ones have already been promoted. There's a lot of hype about, like the Noivern, and then on that, just some Pokemon. Extra diversity in the ALOLA region feels good. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.